You want to come up or something? Oh, dang it. I brought the cardboard box over here and I didn't even set it up. I swear, everyone else is more set up than this. Anyone is more set up than this. I try. But I don't know if it will do this today or not. I figure, it shouldn't be that hard. All you're doing is just doing an inch here and an inch there. Whoa, should just work. It might just work. Sorry. Hello, friends, and welcome. I am your friend, Gravie, Uncle Gravie, Uncle Doofus, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. I have been programming all day long. Oh my goodness. I've been programming all day long. Let me see if I can pull up what I'm working. But my application, it's an accreditation application so that teachers, faculty, professors, because I don't think they like being called teachers. They don't teach anything. They profess, whatever that means. Let's see. I want to make sure he's got a spot if he wants it. Because I know everyone likes him better than me. I think I got this from, actually, I know where I got it from. I got it from Sunoco. You can't read it because it's backwards. Sunoco is a big tech company down here. Actually, they make like cardboard boxes and stuff. It's really weird. So they design cardboard boxes for any product that you can imagine. So, I mean, a lot of computer stuff goes into it. So it's a big, big, big tech company. I tried going there, but they didn't want me. I'm not a good salesman for myself, okay? And whoever says I'm not a salesman, everyone on this planet is a salesman. You are just a good salesman or a very, very bad salesman. I'm a very, very bad salesman. I can't sell myself. I try, and I mean, just because you don't try doesn't mean you're good or you're not one. You're just a very bad one. Everyone should try to sell themselves, or just go kill yourself. Oh, and Anthony Bourdain, what's up with that? What was his issue? Do you have issues? I don't know. Why is there a name on this? I don't know. Where did I get this from? So, let's see. I was telling you what I was working on today. So, I started working on the printing of the page, and all I did was I just typed out a quick HTML document, and it just kind of just does default stuff and just prints it and just has it all lined up. Just something quick. I realized I am missing the original faculty sufficiency document, the FD. I know everyone likes to watch him. So I'm missing that. So I didn't stage. I'll have to put something together tomorrow because I worked 9.5 hours today. I mean, I got a lot done, but I'd still worked 9.5 hours. I worked on the printing thing first. Then I worked on what? Oh, the ARD, the annual review document. Now, and so in that document, there's the professor's name and their title. There is the courses that they taught for the year, and then there's their contributions, plus if they had any continuing education, that is also grouped down there. Now, that being said, we finally got it so that their name will, well, we didn't even test that. That should work already. We finally got their courses, all their courses, to load and save. And that took forever, but we got it done. Then we went in afterwards and we took a lot of the code and we turned it into functions. So there was like one that was, well, it was the only one. There was like 27 lines of code that was used 13 times. So we got rid of that. It dropped down that page from, it was like 760 to 400 something. Then I went into FSD, and I have been dreading this forever. The faculty sufficiency document. Now, the reason why I've been fearing it is because my partner was working on it, and I saw it sometimes, and it was just the code was just a mess. There was no spacing. It was just, everything was grouped together. So in PHP, you got to get the variable from the form and put it into a PHP variable. And so he had this huge block of code doing all of that. Then below that, he has a huge block of code doing all of the SQL statements that he could think of. And then he had it running all of the SQL codes. A huge mess. No code was reused at all. No variable was reused. Every variable was new. For me, I will use $, which is a PHP variable, $SQL. And that just means it's my SQL statement. As soon as I run it, I'm done with it, and I'm moving on to something else. And that SQL variable is being used for something else. I don't see a need. I've never had to reuse that ever. Never. I mean, please, if worse comes to worse, I'll just put it into a function. And in PHP, those functions are like so closed off. There are no, as far as I can tell, there's no global variables in PHP. There probably is, but I just haven't found them yet. As I said, I'm trying to teach myself PHP, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, MySQL. But I was actually taught MySQL by the great Professor Araujo. And he let me, at the end of the year, we had to set up a table and everything for a funeral parlor. And my partner, he created all of them and gave it to the teacher. The teacher gave it to all of us. And my partner's stuff didn't work because he was using Oracle. And everyone else was using MySQL. So I translated it all into MySQL, made sure it worked, and gave it back. And the professor gave mine out to everyone. I'm like, why does my partner always do complicated things? I'm sorry, I'm so addicted to email. Oh, someone sent me to pay off my house. I need to pay my bills tonight. So I was working on that today. And the first thing I did was I started in his, okay, so on the ARD, the annual review, I put, it goes into the ARD submit. He calls his the FSD process. I don't really know why. I need to change that. I need to put that on the list. We'll do that tomorrow. But because I closed everything down and I uploaded everything, and because I like to back up every night so that if anything happens, if the police break in and just decide to kill me because they can, we'll get into that later. Because they can. It's just a known fact. Sorry, I'm going off the rails again. So FSD. So I went into his FSD process, and it was just this mountain of code. It was just it would go. It was crazy, and he does SQL weird too. He'll have all of the variables and then a list of all of the insertions. It's really bizarre. It's almost like how, or it could be exactly like how Python works. How when you print something, you have to put the variables, and then, well, you have to put in that there's going to be variables here, and then you put the variables afterwards. It's just a whole list of the variables. To me, it's a really weird way to edit, but it's the way Python works and the way that he was doing it. Me, when I do it, I'll do like update, table, set, and then, table ID equals whatever, and then something name equals this, and then something name equals that. So I just do it like that. To me, it just looks better. You can look at it and not go, what the hell am I looking at? Is this a bizarre graph chart or something? Oh, did I tell you I got an 86 on my lab quiz? My my lab partner got a 95. He's really smart, but his major is biology, which is why I partnered with him. Unfortunately, he takes forever on anything because everyone else wants to get the heck out of there. I'm like, but I tell myself, I'm here to get a grade. I'm not here to leave early. So that was nice that he got a good grade. I'll do better next time, though, right? So the first thing I did was I commented the whole entire process out because it wasn't working. It he would his idea. I don't know if I. This is taking far too long, and I'm trying to explain it to other people too. So he believed that we should have two separate databases. The annual review should have a database, and the faculty sufficiency report had its own database. And it just drove me crazy. I'm like, no, you don't understand the project. The project is that these forms, these ideas should be shared. The values should be crossable. It should all be in the same database. In fact, it should all be on the same table if we could. We should have, I mean, you shouldn't have a professor's name in, sorry, my battery's going down. You shouldn't have the professor's name in 20 different places or two different places. You should have a place where it says number 478 is Professor Smith. And so that way, if anything changes, let's say that Professor Smith gets married. Well, you want his or her um, information to follow. You don't want a new character to be created on this. And so, in his way, you'd have to go into every single database and every single table and update it all. And I just wanted to punch him in the face when because like you're not understanding the basics of this project. So how are you gonna? Yeah, I'm wearing shorts today. It's my weekend. How are you supposed to work on this project when you're not understanding that project? So none of his processes were working because he never updated his to go into the database, my database. I don't care. It's the project's database. There's one database and there's four tables up to this thing. It's not complicated. It's not. I mean, you're supposed to like factor the databases. I think we're we were up to like two or something, or maybe three. They say you don't want to go too high of a number because then everything is just fragmented and you have to piece everything together when you want to use it. But I mean, I update the database whenever I want. Keep that up to date. And so I commented all of his stuff out because it wasn't working anyway. And then I just started to piece it together. And while I was doing it, I realized I don't have any like naming conventions or programming conventions in this project. I need to start because I'm doing. Do I do underscores on things, or do I just not even care? Like, should first name just be first name? That's it, first name, or should it be first capital N aim like that, or should it be first underscore name? I'm going with first underscore name for variables. So I said, lower camel case, and all of my entire conventions, all of them say it is preferred to do it this way. It is preferred to do it this way, or there is no preference. For example, in PHP, you need the semicolon unless you don't need it. You can still put it, but I said in PHP, if the semicolon is not required, there is no preference if it is used. So if you use it or don't use it, it's not wrong. So I did that for some things. Some things, I said for JavaScript, you should still put in semicolons just because that's the way it should be. And we know JavaScript will add it if it's not there. It should be there. I did say that function names should be lower camel case. Yeah, just those though, not anything else. But I mean, it just felt weird going through this document, making the variables work, go from the form to the submissions. And while I'm doing it, just creating a document that holds all of my conventions of what I'm doing. And this is how I believe it should be done. It's like really powerful to be able to say, I want it, I want all the variables to be underscores. Not at the beginning. Oh, and I heard about that. No. It should be first underscore name. Middle underscore name. And then I found a cool way that you can change the size of your boxes in HTML. It's so cool. That was boots. I found out if you use a string length, which is strlen, it'll give you the number of bytes, and then you just use as the size of the document. I mean, it's like so weird that yes, I've been working on this for a year, but I don't feel like I've been working on it for a year because I've had so many breaks in it. I work on it, and then something happens. Something always happens. Hopefully we can finish it this time, but every time, like I started from, oh, it's gone. But from last time to this time, we're still around 40 requests that I have in the system. Yeah, I have over 40 requests, and I don't think I'll ever get them done. Because every time I get one done, like 2 or 3 pop up. Okay, maybe not that bad. Maybe I'll finish 5 and I'll have 4 new ones. Yeah. So I got FSD also. So FSD consists of 3 things, just like ARD consists of 3 things. ARD is the teacher's information, their title, their courses taught, and their contributions. FSD has the teacher's information, including their status, which is a weird faculty thing. I'll explain that when I learn more about it. It has their education and also contributions. We got the education working. That was a breeze. That was so nice. Because after working on 2 other ones, doing it again is just nothing. It's just, semantics now. It's just, different variables. Pretty sweet. Tomorrow, I want to start using arrays in classes. Oh, I should have wrote that down. I need to use classes because that'll be sweet. That'll be sweeter. Because then instead of having, an array of first names, an array of middle names, an array of last names, you'll have an array of faculty that includes all those things. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just so exciting in my world. I'm very lonely. We went for a walk today at 1, and he didn't really want to go. We just walked a couple houses, and then he just kind of just stopped. Midnight was around earlier. She's gone now. She was annoying me. But I gave her a pill this morning. Oh, let's see. Oh, if you have Comet TV, tonight they're having Frankenstein. Oh my gosh. If you can watch Frankenstein, please watch Frankenstein. It's kind of almost Dean Koontz' Frankenstein, because he thought of the idea and he gave him the story, but they changed it so much. He's like, just take my name off of it. And then he wrote a book. When I was in jail, I read that book. I read some of it, most of it, but then I got busted out of it, so I couldn't finish my book. Should have stole the book. No, you can't do that. You can't. No, it was a good book, I thought. It's where Dr. Frankenstein is the bad guy, but the monster is the good guy. So that's on tonight on Comet at 8. Be there or be square. I always do. Hey, you're the one that gets all the Patreon money. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get Yeah, Yahoo. We don't get YouTube money because we are always demonetized. Oh, so, and I just wanted to explain, I don't know if I explained this before, but at least in South Carolina, where I live, if you go to jail and you know you're going to stay there, it sucks to stay in holding. It sucks so much. I mean, it's the worst thing. I mean, my roommate in holding was just begging, please, please, can you please get us into booking? Can you please put us in our cells? Because holding sucks. You get maybe an hour out of your cell a day in holding because the people who work the desk, they're working the desk and they're pissed off. So any little thing, I mean, we would get less than an hour a day out of our cell because they would get pissed off and we would just say the wrong thing and boom, back in your cell. And when you go out of your cell, you just go into a local communal room that has a little TV on top. You can't touch the TV. Oh Lord, don't touch the TV. If you want to change, go ask them. But if you ask them, then they're going to get pissed and they're going to send you back in there. So we just watched VH1 all the time because I wasn't going to ask her to change it. So, and your food comes whenever they want it to. They really don't give a rat's ass in holding. They're just pissed off. I guess I don't know. I guess they haven't seen the bad times that the people in general jail after booking have seen. And there's no books. You can't read anything. You're just there by yourself, just waiting for booking. Yeah. So if that ever happens, just go into booking. Holding sucks. Oh God, holding sucks so much. All right, I did a tiny bit of research and I found out the man's name was, and they don't have any pictures of him because he's on TV and he wore a mask. So weird. But I got this from www.six sick CICK chirpsy CHIRPSE.com. Don Lang's story will make you question everything about the U.S. Police Department. So you can read it there. Also, you can look up John Lang, Jonlang. And this happened in, I know it's Fresno. I don't know where Fresno is, though. California? I knew those fucks in California are just messed up. You know why? When you live on the fault line and you're about to go into the ocean any day, it does something to your head. I was told that there's a place in California where it just shakes all the time, and people just go there just to, see what an earthquake's like. It just shakes all the time. I didn't go there. When I went to California, I didn't go there. Let's see. So what happened is that let's see. So he went to a website and he posted on there anonymously that he found out that the police in Fresno, California, were going into lower area shopping centers to get poor people. They would go to Save Mart, Vons, Home Depot. I guess rich people don't go to Home Depot. And they would scan all the license plates there. So they would collect who has violations in the parking lot. So then they would wait and they would pull over the driver when they were on the road, claiming that they came across their vehicle through routine driving patrols. It's very unethical. You shouldn't be doing this at all. And so he posted that they're doing this unethical thing, that you shouldn't go into lower community places and just try to bust poor people, because then they can't do anything about it. They can't get lawyers or anything. They're being in jail. So plus if police did this to rich people, oh, heads would roll. heads would roll. Rich people are different than us. I was told that my teacher, he went to some rich college where he was a teacher, and he kind of got upset because he's like, I'm getting paid nothing, but these rich kids, they don't have everything. He's like, well, they're the ones that have the money, and you're gonna deal with it. So he said that at one point, one of the teachers complained about the lab, and because he's a science teacher, he's a biology teacher, complained about the lab and the setups and everything. And an anonymous donor donated like $75,000 to update the lab. Rich people are different than us. And the person just probably wrote it off on their taxes, said, donation to college, blah, blah, blah. So, whoa, this can't be new. Sorry, I'm looking at these ads. No, it is new. A college student admitted that she lied about being raped by two footballers for over a year. I don't know. Let's go to this one because women are just messed up. I'm sorry. Women are messed up. The only ones more messed up than women are men who want to be women. I don't even understand that. I don't understand that because women are totally different. Yeah, I care about me, and that's about it. I don't care about him. Listen, he's gonna die before me. That's the sad truth. So anyway, he goes on this website, posts that the Fresno police are doing this unethical, collecting information about violations and then pulling the drivers over to give them tickets, claiming, "Oh, we just came across you during a routine driving." So it's definitely unethical. We don't know if it's illegal, and it was just to get money. So he posts on this website, and someone on the website, some insider of the website, gives his IP to the police, and the police find out who he is. Wow. Let me just see something. Yeah, Fresno. I'm just reading this. A guy called John Lang. They called him JOHN here. That's kind of bad writing. If you put JON on the title and they JOHN, was a little outspoken about how his local police treated the community. Apparently, he uncovered a scam Fresno PD had going that involved scanning the number license plates while in a parked car. So it doesn't say what website it was. But after the police find out his IP address, his address, everything about him, they start staking out his house. And he starts recording them and posting it, I think, on YouTube. And it just got scary because, he would see a truck just come around in front of his house several times. And then he would see like a van, and the van would open up and there would be a huge camera just focused on his house. And he's like, yeah. I mean, if you're not crazy, that'll drive you crazy. So what happens is he has a reporter and he says, listen, if anything happens to me, it's the police. I mean, they're just going to kill me. So a couple days later, his house burns down, and I was looking for his autopsy, but the police originally say, oh, here he says, John, like, JOHN. If I turn up missing or dead tomorrow, remember this, Van. I think I seen a couple of guys sneak out the side door and into the building when it was parked in the carport this afternoon. I've been causing the city of Fresno a lot of problems recently, which I now regret. Sign on the door said, guarantee carpet cleaning Fresno. So after a couple of days after he does that, a couple of New York days, or because down here a couple is always two, but it was a few days, he finds dead. He is stabbed multiple times, and his house was burnt down. And the police come and review it. The joke reviews? Oh, they're talking about Yelp reviews. I mean, at one point he's asking people if they want to crash at his house. Must be a legal gun owner. I think some bad guys are gonna get me tonight. Man. So he's fine. He's found dead, multiple stab wounds. Originally, when they first said it, they said multiple stab wounds in the front and back, and then they said no, only the front. And it was a suicide. It was ruled a suicide. Apparently, I'm not sure if I hope they say he set the fire first and didn't stab himself and then set the fire. But who knows? I mean, this is Fresno, and it's the cops. I said it once, and I'll say it again. I'm paranoid. The cops can do whatever they want, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm not saying that all cops are corrupt. I'm saying the position of law enforcer is one that corrupts people. It's kind of like that ring, that ring that the everyone was the lord of. It corrupts. It makes it so that good people turn bad. I mean, when those guys in Mesa, Arizona, when they were beating the hell out of that poor guy, and he was just knocked down. He was just knocked down, and that one guy just knows that the guy's knocked down, and he's fallen to the floor, and he's like, you know what? Bam! Just takes his elbow and just slams it into his head, just a final time. Did he have to do that? No, but he has to because he's corrupted. That position, enforcement position, corrupts people. And when you're corrupted, there's no going back. You can't come back from that. There's nothing. He will always be the guy who gave that poor guy an extra elbow right in the head. Yeah, I don't know the answer. I just know that when the cops come for you, they're going to get you. And if they want you to kill you, even if they don't want to kill you, if they just pull a trigger, whoops, sorry, no ramifications, no responsibility will ever happen. They're just going to go on, going on. They'll take a couple weeks off, maybe 8 weeks off, come back. Hey guys, I'm back. Let's go fight some crime. We know that's code for black people. Let's go beat the streets and make it safe. It's not gonna change. Not gonna change. Because they know you don't mess with the rich people. You only do it to the poor. And you keep everything in-house. I mean, even what's it? IA, Internal Affairs, that's in-house. You can't look in on that. Policing police. Yeah, there's no way that can be corrupted. No way at all. Of course. I mean, in fact, I'm thinking about having students grade students' papers. That can't be corrupted. No, I mean teachers have so much work on them. They have better things to do. We'll just have a student grade their own paper. Oh yeah. Oh, I did that bad. Oh, I did that bad. Oh, terrible. Well, I got a B plus. Your paper's blank. Shut up. I graded it. I graded it right. You don't know how hard this is. I kid. Because I don't want to get killed. I don't like the sun. Sorry, I'm just looking up stuff. Do. I wanted to try these earlier. What the hell? Why did I do this? don't know. I don't got that one. This is the one I got in my head. Once again, I haven't tried these yet because I thought it'd be cooler just to try on live. This one says put the cabo on 5. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. That's E, right? No, that's not E. Oh, that's E. I hope that you're missing me, because it makes me feel young. Hello, hello. Last time that I saw your face was recess in 2nd grade, and it made me feel young. That was terrible. Won't you help me sober up? Growing old, maybe numb, and I wanna feel something again. Won't you help me sober up? All the big kids, they got drunk, and I wanna feel something again. Won't you help me feel something again? How's that again? Goodbye, goodbye. I say to my bestest buds, who said that keep in touch. And if we did our best. It's a little tough, okay? I did say I haven't tried these yet. I'll also try that again. Let's see this one. Oh, this is this is on the 6th? Jeez, they're crazy. Tomorrow, what you say? When I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me forever. You're gonna miss me everywhere. And I'm gonna miss me when I'm gone. When I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my hair. You're gonna miss me everywhere. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I don't like that one either. What about this one? What? Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Sorry, I have to cap it somewhere. It says capo on the 4th. What? I forgot how it goes. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things we could be, but baby, I've been praying hard. Oh. this is a stupid one, and I didn't try this one either. Let me see if I can find the what you call it, the chorus. Oh, this is like 7, I think, if I remember right. Oh no, capo on the first. Wow. I never knew she could dance like this. She makes a man want to speak Spanish. Como se llama? Bonita. Mi casa, su casa. Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a man go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body. Sorry. I'm on tonight. And you know these hips don't lie. I don't know. Sorry, these all sucked. Oh, I forgot my guitar. Oh, you know what I was thinking about? Let me just pull it up and then we'll do it. Because I mean, this one's what? Why are they? Why are they doing? Don't dream. No, it's what you call it? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I know who this is. I know this song. No, that's not it. It's don't tell me who it is. It's 3000. What's that guy's name? Outcast. That's it. That's what we're looking for. All right, here we go. I think this is it. We'll see. My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. Oh, God, does she really want us, but she can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling because you start to notice feeling in right now. Oh, thank God for mom and dad for sticking through together because we don't know how. that was something, right? Hey, at least you're getting what you're paid for. It's E. Everyone's saying it's E. Yeah, I think it sounds better as an EM. I haven't I, I haven't played all day. Okay, I was programming, and I have a whole list of things to do tomorrow. Did I leave it up or did I take it down? So I still want to work on the print buttons, but this time I also want to include FSD. Oh my gosh, if we can get courses done. We should do courses first. Loading not courses, loading contributions, saving contributions. We can do that. Oh my gosh. And I put this whole list together of, so I want to send it to my customer on Monday and say, hey, I just want to go over some things that we talked about in the meeting and give you an agenda for the next meeting. I don't expect you to read it completely. You know, if you glance through it, that's fine. Oh, my biology teacher, he was talking about scanning and what it actually means, because we're doing microscopes, and there's one of the lenses is called the scanning lens. There's the scanning lens, the lower lens, the higher lens, and the oil infusion lens. And I think the oil infusion lens, you have to put oil, and it's like so close to the lens, it like actually touches it. So weird. But scanning means to completely go over something. It's not to briefly look through things. You know, if people say I scanned the newspaper, they don't mean they scanned the newspaper, because scanning means you went through everything on the newspaper on both sides and everything. What they mean is I ignored the ads and I looked at the headlines. What they mean is they glanced at it. Was I talking about glancing for some reason? My mind is messed up, okay? What happens when you drink too much? Okay, don't drink, kids. Water with lemon juice. So if we can do contributions, that would be so sweet. That's what I was talking about. So, you know, I'm gonna, if he glances through the agenda, that's cool. But I'm going to tell him, and don't worry, for the meeting, I'm going to print out 2 copies so that we can go through it. And I'm going to just, because I need to write down, because last time I didn't write down anything, and I know he wanted things, and I know he has ideas, but right now we're like it's like 2 people who are just not talking, and so we need to learn to talk. We need to communicate. Better? They say that's a sneeze. That's what they say. I also want to change I have a table called professors. I want to change that to faculty, because, as I said, professor is like a keyword almost. It's some people are professors, and some people are assistant professors, and some people are maybe associate professors, and then some people are like something beyond a professor. Let me just see that real quick. I'm bored, but I got to go soon. Types of professors. Come on. There's an adjunct professor, an instructor, an assistant professor, an associate professor, a professor, and then finally you can be a distinguished professor. Our dean of business is a distinguished professor. That's pretty cool. So, what was I saying? So that's why I don't want to call the table professors, because professor is just like my friend was creating their education, and he's using like where they went to where they went to college or where they went to school. He labeled it the university name. Well, what if they didn't go to university? What if they went to a tech school and they went to a a college, and then they went to a university. You know, you shouldn't name them all. So I'm trying to figure out what to call it. I finally decided to call it, in the system, it's called an institution, even though that sounds like where crazy people go, where I live. But they say that's fine. But when I talk to the user, I call it an educational institution. They're trying to make them feel better that they're not in a crazy house. I've been talking way too long, but as I said, I've been programming and I haven't watched YouTube. I've been listening to the radio, and that's about it. And I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow. But I need to get gas. So tomorrow in the morning, I'm going to get gas and just mow. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to mow, and then if I don't get anything done, I don't get anything done. But hopefully I can do that. Also in my workflow, I want to. So I'll say this real quick, and then we'll take off. My plan is, I mean, maybe if you want to start your own business or you want to start a business with me, you understand my work ethic, which is practically nothing. So on Sunday, I want to do refactoring. So on Sunday, I don't want to program anything. Sunday, I just want to be able to go in. Now, if I have to bump it out to Monday, I still have plenty of time on Monday. Oh, I need to print out my financial forms. I got to do a lot of stuff. But so I want to refactor, and for programmers, what that means is you go through the codes and you go back to your conventions, your programming conventions, and you make sure that all the variable names are alike. They're following the conventions. I have conventions for spacing. I don't like tabs for this project. I mean, if we were doing Java, C, or some real code, yes, I would love to use tabs. Unfortunately, I'm using getEdit, which is in a notepad type. And so tabs are just terrible on notepad. So I'm not using tabs. Ooh, emailed me. I don't see anything. Oh, I guess there's nothing. So remember, trust no one. Trust no one. And have a good one. Oh yeah, I was going to finish. So, and then on Tuesdays, I want to do testing before the meeting, because I get to the meeting and I get so nervous, and one thing breaks and I just freak out. I just like, wow, and I'm like, did he see it? Oh, I got to hide it real quick. Like, just talk rapidly, blah, blah, blah. And I just, oh, damn, that didn't work. Oh, but let's just go on. I need to slow down. I need to relax. Just chill. That's what you guys are for. Help me chill. You're very quiet to listen to talk to. Very good. That's it. I got nothing else. So that's it for us. I played a little. We didn't work on the project yet. We'll do it hopefully before this weekend's over. But yeah, tomorrow I got to mow before my neighbors start burning down. My HOA sent me another bill. They always like to bill me for something. But they never send me an envelope to email them back, or not to email, to mail them back. And they don't even send me like a bill to because normally you cut off a bill and you put your check and you put it in the envelope and you send it off. They don't do anything. They just send you a piece of paper that says you owe us money. I don't think that's legal. So I'm just waiting until I have to move, then I'll pay it. All right. Well, peace and love. Hope everything goes your way. Remember, well, hopefully everything goes your way. Hopefully you get everything you want. And if you don't get what you want, hopefully you get what you need. Remember, you're not alone. If you have no one else to talk to, I'm here. You can shoot me something. I'm not drinking this weekend, so I'll be around, bored out of my mind. But, man, Anthony Bourdain, what? I didn't even look it up yet because I was working, and I just heard it on the radio. That sucks. And on social media, they're sending him lots of love. You're a little late. You're a little late. Last night I was watching a TV show about what's his name? Hawkins. It was weird. We'll talk more about that later, maybe. I don't know. Peace and love. Deuces to the face. We are out of here. And remember, if you don't have anyone to talk to, you can always talk here. We're out. Bye. Bloop.